Hey Dinesh, thank you so much for joining this Orca social chat with us today. Would you mind introducing yourself and your company to start with?
So my name is Dinesh. I've been with Wärtsilä for nearly 3 years now. My team that I work with is known as the Digital and Communications Network team. We wear two hats, or we have two responsibilities. The first is global corporate social media, of course, and then the second one is local communications. Wärtsilä is a 182-year-old Finnish company providing a very wide range of solutions for the marine and energy industries.
Working in marine and oil and gas and energy, I think for many people out there, this is nothing that is so easy to understand. So does social media in a way help you communicate what Wärtsilä is really all about?
Yeah, it definitely does, Ben. So take LinkedIn, for example. There are groups which have thousands of members and that are dedicated to our businesses or the sectors that we are involved in. For example, LNG or even ballast water management systems. These were things that you were not able to find a few years ago on platforms like LinkedIn. So that's good, and that helps to raise the profile and also understanding of the areas that we play in. And then also trade publications, given the fact that they've also been forced to go online, just like their mainstream counterparts. With the growth of the internet, more people, especially end consumers who aren't really involved with unseen businesses like ours, they're becoming more and more interested about industries that they don't really feel or touch or see or hear about on a day-to-day basis.
You have around over 100K fans and followers across 6 different social networks. How do you distinguish between those people who just follow you for the sake of following you because they're interested of how a ship is being built and actual revenue generating stakeholders?
One of my team's key responsibilities is to keep our social media networks busy with very good content. We have seen some names cropping up quite often, and these people who pose quite technical questions. So we do know that there are passionate consumers out there who are not just lapping up our content, but are also challenging us for more information. And we hope that these people are indeed the revenue generating stakeholders.
What sort of content that characterizes your most engaging posts in your experience? What is it the audience likes most in terms of content?
That's a very tough question to answer, Ben, because we're still experimenting and we're finding that we're getting surprised almost on a daily basis. So last December, when Star Wars launched, we decided to ride that trend and we put up a picture of a fuel pump next to an image of a lightsaber. And we said that, that the caption was, "They both come from the future." Now that did really well. It was our best reaching post on Facebook for the longest time, and we realized that that's what we need to start doing. We need to start being a little bit more playful, a little bit more risky, and do stuff like that. And then just a couple of months later, we put up a picture of something that was taken from our factories in the 1940s. That eclipsed the Star Wars picture, and we said, okay, that's interesting. And then just last month, we put a really mundane picture from our customer support center in Chennai, and the reach was double that of the Star Wars and the history image, and we don't know why. So as I said, we're constantly getting surprised, but of course we look at the timing, we look at the location, the geography, who it's reaching out to, the kind of people that are interested.
Often in social, unfortunately, even though people don't used to like it, is to learn as you go.
Yes, yeah, and we found that it's very important, and it's good that way.
Seeing that you post multiple times a day on Facebook, you don't seem to be short on content ever. What stands behind your content strategy in terms of production for content?
Yeah. So one of the first things that we did when we got together as a team was to map out where our content will come from. And thankfully, our sources are plentiful. From our business units, we have many events, many product and deal announcements, reference cases, white papers, images, case studies, stuff like that. And then we have 2 publications. We have general corporate content like sponsorships, financial information, quarterly results, annual report, and then also our employee magazine, What's Up, and then also writing on global activities or trends that I'd mentioned just now. like Star Wars or Be Like Bill, and then International Women's Day or Safety Day or Earth Hour, whatever is trending and whatever is seasonal as well.
Now, it's pretty impressive to see that around 40% of your 18,800 employees are on LinkedIn. Is there anything particular that you do to encourage people to use LinkedIn and Twitter at work?
It is heartening for us in the social media team to know that such a large number of Wärtsilä employees are on LinkedIn. But however, the real goal is to ensure that our colleagues are sharing all the content that we're putting out. However, there is one thing that we are doing, and that is piloting a service called SMARP. And that service enables employees to share content to their Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn feeds with just a couple of clicks.
For many companies, social media is a great way also to spot and attract world-class talent. Can you give us examples of how your HR team benefits from social media?
Yes, we've had the Wärtsilä Careers Twitter handle for quite some time now, and all new job postings are automatically tweeted to followers of that handle. But there are also two actions that the HR team took recently. The first is they launched the careers section on LinkedIn, and so they get to benefit from the over 64,000 followers. And secondly, for a recent drive called Summer Power, which aimed to fill nearly 500 summer trainee positions in Finland, the HR team used Facebook. In just 1 month, they managed to attract over 103,000 people. So Facebook advertising with a budget of about just 2,000 euros, coupled with some very good images, definitely helped the HR team in this regard.
The brightest minds not always necessarily sit in your own boardroom, but they may be outside. Do you do anything in terms of social monitoring to spot trends, improve your own products, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we have built our list of influencers in the various social media networks to get a better understanding of what they are discussing, what the industry is discussing, and then we also try to respond in one way or another to get some feedback.
The burning question when they start thinking about social, when they start doing things on social, is really, how does social media contribute to my bottom line?
So last year, the Energy Solutions team launched a campaign called Project Fox, where they use social media and digital marketing to reach out to potential customers in the southwest of the United States. I can say that the digital marketing activity directly influenced 2 power plant deals, and the number of marketing qualified leads in the pipeline grew by 11 times in that market since we launched the campaign.
Excellent, good. Now, to really finish it off, the very last question, Dinesh, for you is, if you had to give one single piece of advice to a B2B company still being in doubt of the usefulness of social, what would that be?
Give it a try, because you definitely don't want to be left behind, but also don't settle. Don't settle means trying new things, seek autonomy to experiment and take risks, write the trends, keep learning by reading what the experts and practitioners are doing, measure, and then do it all over again. We're regularly improving our content, and that's purely by experimentation and by measuring.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for the great insight. I'm sure that our listeners are going to enjoy all the details you've shared with them on the campaigns, on concrete figures in terms of HR, in your pieces of advice of how to get up a social media strategy. Very valuable, very insightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ben. Have a good day.